This video is about the alpha loved the rogue, but she hated him. If this story captivates you, please like the video, share it with loved ones, and write in the comments how it touched your heart. ***, the alpha loved the rogue, but she hated him. Part 1 ***. The night cloaked the forest in darkness, the moon a pale sentinel casting silvery light through the whispering branches. In the heart of the Blackthorn territory, the air shimmered thick with anticipation. Lyra, a rogue wolf with a wild spirit, stood at the edge of the pack's boundary. The scent of pine and damp earth mingled with something more intoxicating, an alpha's presence that rumbled through her very bones. She had never been one to linger near pack lands, but tonight felt different. Her heart raced, not from fear, but from the magnetic pull that resonated in her core. Every fiber of her being screamed to turn away, yet her feet remained rooted, as if the soil held her captive. Lyra, a deep voice rumbled from the shadows. It was Cade, the alpha of Blackthorn, his aura powerful and unmistakable. His emerald eyes sparkled with something like longing, making her heart flutter against her will. "What do you want, Cade?" she snapped, her voice steadier than she felt. She had vowed never to be ensnared by him or the obligations of the pack. "I want to talk," he replied, stepping forward, the moonlight illuminating his strong jaw and the slight flicker of vulnerability in his gaze. "You can keep running from what we are," she scoffed, crossing her arms defiantly. "And what is that? You think I want to be a part of your world, a pack of wolves who do rather chase down rogues than embrace their own?" Cade took a step closer, the tension thickening the air between them. "You are not just a rogue, Lyra, you are my mate." The word hung in the air like a thunderclap, igniting her instincts and sending shivers down her spine. She hated that he had the power to evoke such feelings, and her breath hitched at the weight of it all. "Don't say that," she demanded, her voice barely a whisper. "Why?" he asked, his brows knitting together. "It is the truth. It is a curse," she shot back, her eyes blazing. "Do you think I want to be tied to this life?" "You don't know what you want," he countered, frustrated. "You are running from a bond we can deny." "Maybe I am running from you," she spat, turning away as the betrayal of her own feelings welled inside her. Every instinct urged her to yield, but her pride wouldn't allow it. Cade sighed, the sound heavy with exasperation. "Do you really believe I am the monster you think I am, that I'd force you into something you don't want? Your mere existence feels like a trap," she murmured, gazing into the depths of the forest, where shadows danced like memories she wished to forget. He stepped closer, his voice lowering to a coaxing whisper. "Let me prove you wrong. Just give me a chance." "I can," she replied, her heart aching with the truth of it. "There is too much at stake. Yuri Alpha, I am nothing but a rogue." "Yet you are still here," he said softly, his eyes searching hers for a glimmer of understanding. "You came to the boundary. You want to know me, Lyra?" "I came because I am curious," she lied, desperation clawing at her resolve. "Not because I want you." His gaze darkened, but there was a flicker of hope in his eyes. "Then let me satisfy that curiosity. We can meet again. We can talk. Just one more time." She hesitated, the weight of his words pressing on her chest like a stone. "What if that leads me deeper into the very life I am trying to escape? Or it could lead you to freedom," he suggested, a glimmer of mischief dancing across his features. "Freedom from your fears." "Freedom or a trap?" she challenged, her voice trembling. "Only you can decide, Lyra, but I promise I won't hold you against your will." She closed her eyes, inhaling the crisp night air, the scent of earth and moonlight mingling with his captivating presence. Her heart battled between instinct and reason, each pulse a reminder of the bond they shared. "I'll think about it," she finally said, casting one last glance before stepping back. "Please," he called after her, desperation lacing his voice. "Don't shut me out." Lyra sprinted into the depths of the forest, her heart pounding against her ribcage, a chaotic mixture of anger, fear, and longing surging through her. As she pushed through the underbrush, memories of her past collided with the present, unveiling wounds too raw to bear. In the days that followed, Cade's presence haunted her dreams. Each night, he appeared under the moonlight, his eyes filled with longing, and his voice like a melody that danced through her mind. She tried to shake it off, but the bond they shared was a tether she couldn't sever. One day, as dusk settled over the horizon, she found herself drawn toward the boundary again. She tried to resist, to silence the yearning that thrummed in her chest, but it was futile. Forest beckoned her, whispering promises of what could be. Cade was waiting, his expression a mix of hope and vulnerability. "You came," he said, his breath quickening as she stepped closer. "I am still deciding," she replied, her voice steady despite the storm of emotions inside her. "You know I am not meant for your world." What if I told you I don't care about the rules? He asked, stepping into her space, the warmth of his body igniting a wildfire of need within her. Her heart raced, and she fought against the pull. You should care. You have responsibilities. Responsibilities that one team matter if you are not beside me, he stated, his voice raw with sincerity. I want you, Lyra, and I am willing to fight for you. Fight? For what? A rogue who doesn't he belong? She challenged, her voice trembling. You belong with me, he asserted, his gaze unwavering. And I'll prove it. As the moon rose high above the trees, illuminating their entwined fates, Lyra felt the weight of his words settle in her heart, the truth of his desires wrapping around her like a silken thread. But the deeper she fell, the more she feared the consequences. What if I choose to reject you? She whispered, the weight of the question hanging heavy between them. He stepped back, a flinch of pain crossing his features. Then I will respect it, but no, I'll never stop loving you. You are my mate, Lyra. That doesn't mean I want this, she cried, frustration spilling over. You can't force me to accept a bond I never wanted. But you feel it, he said, his voice slow, almost pleading. Why fight against what destiny has planned for us? Destiny? She scoffed, shaking her head. Look at us, you'd be the alpha, and I'd be the rogue. It's a disaster waiting to happen. Cade stepped forward, his gaze intense. You're right, but it's also a chance for something beautiful. Together, we could change everything. Tears prickled at her eyes, a tumult of emotion swelling within her. She turned away, fighting against the bond that pulsed in her veins. I don't want to change anything, I just want to be free. Then let me help you find that freedom, he said, voice steady, as though he could see through her walls. But running from me won't bring you peace. In that moment, the forest around them faded away, leaving only the two of them in a world filled with possibilities. The moon bore witness to the tumult of their hearts, the sacred bond that connected them both, entwining their fates in ways they could not yet comprehend. As she stared into his eyes, torn between love and rejection, Lyra understood that she could either embrace the storm or continue to run. But deep down, the truth resonated louder than her fears. Her heart had already chosen. The alpha loved the rogue, but she hated him. Part 2. The moon rose higher, painting the world in silver and shadows. Lyra stood at the edge of the Blackthorn territory, her heart a battlefield. She could sense Cade's presence before she saw him, an electric charge that filled the air. Lyra, he breathed, stepping from the darkness, his figure illuminated by the moonlight, every chiseled feature a testament to his strength. You came back. I didn't come back for you, she retorted, but even she could hear the tremor in her voice, the longing that lay beneath her bravado. Then why are you here? He asked, his emerald eyes piercing into her soul, unraveling her defenses with every glance. She struggled for a response. I came to prove that I could resist you. He chuckled softly, the sound low and rich, but it cut through her resolve like a knife. You're stronger than that, Lyra. I can feel your heart calling to me, just as I feel mine call to you. She clenched, her fists, anger mingling with undeniable attraction. Stop it, you don't know anything about me. I know you're scared, he countered gently, his voice a soothing balm amidst the tempest raging inside her. But fear doesn't have to dictate our fate, we could be so much more together. Together? You mean as alpha and mate? She challenged, bitterness lacing her words. Do you think that's what I want? To be a trophy for your pack? No, he replied, his voice unwavering. I want you as my partner, as my equal. Equal, she scoffed, stepping back. You don't know what that word means in your world, Kate. I am a rogue. I'll always be on the outskirts. A flicker of pain passed across his face. Then let me show you what it means to be part of something greater. Let me show you what love can conquer. Love? She echoed, incredulous. What do you know about love? You've never had to fight for it the way I have. I would fight for you, he said, resolve etched in his features. I've already fought for you against the pack's expectations, against my own doubts. You don't know what you're asking for, she said, her voice rising as panic swept through her. I can't be crushed under your responsibility. I refuse to be the reason your pack falters. Then trust me, he urged, desperation breaking through his stoicism. Please give me one chance to show you how we can make this work together. The intensity of his gaze sent shivers down her spine, and against her will, her heart beat faster. What if I don't want to make it work? What if I want to be free? Then I'll help you find your freedom, he insisted, stepping closer, the distance between them electrifying. But I can't let you go without fighting for you first. I never asked you to fight for me, she snapped, but the truth was, a part of her ached for his fight. But I will, he replied, his voice low and determined, because I believe in us. The moonlight glimmered in the depths of his eyes, and Lyra felt her resolve wavering. You don't understand the danger. You don't know what my life has been. Then tell me, he urged, sincere. Open up to me, let me understand. Silence hung in the air, heavy and pregnant with unspoken fears. She could feel the weight of his gaze, urging her to reveal the secret she had buried deep within. Fine, she said, voice tight. But only because you want to stop pushing. Cade nodded, his expression softening. I'll listen. Lyra took a deep breath, the memories flooding her mind like a torrent. I was born into a pack that viewed rogues as expendable. I was forced to fight for every scrap of dignity. But you survived, he said softly. You were strong. Strength isn't enough when the world sees you as less, she pressed, struggling against the tide of memories. I've had to run, to hide, just to survive. I can go back to that life, Cade. I want to. Then let me help you change that, he said, his voice a soothing balm against her pain. We can redefine what it means to belong, not just to a pack, but to each other. Lyra shook her head. And what happens when your pack finds out I am a rogue? I'll be the target of their hatred, the very thing I've escaped. I'll protect you, he promised, stepping closer, his voice fierce and unwavering. I'll tear down anyone who dares to threaten you. Is that what it means to love? She questioned, incredulous. To shield me from your own people? No, he replied, his expression serious. It means standing beside you, challenging the norms that bind us. We can forge a new path together. She felt tears prick at the corners of her eyes, the weight of his conviction pressing against her heart. But what if I fail? Then we'll face it together, he said, tilting her chin up, forcing her to meet his gaze. I believe in you, Lyra, and I believe in us. In that moment, the world around them melted away, leaving only the intensity of their connection. The bond they shared pulsed between them, undeniable and profound. I don't know if I can, she whispered, fear clawing at her throat. You can, he assured, his voice steady, because you have me. Just then, a howl pierced the silence of the night, echoing through the trees. Panic flickered in Cade's eyes. I have to go, he said, voice taut. The pack senses something there is trouble. Trouble? Lyra repeated, dread pooling in her stomach. What do you mean? Stay here, I'll be back, he commanded, but she could see the worry etched on his face. Cade waited. But he was already moving, a blur of silver and shadow darting into the depths of the forest. She stood alone, the weight of his absence heavy in the air, and her heart raced with uncertainty. Hours ticked by, and the forest grew eerily silent. Her thoughts spiraled, weaving tales of danger and discord. What if something had happened to him? Just as panic threatened to engulf her, a rustle in the underbrush sent her heart racing. Cade? She called out, voice trembling. No answer. Lyra took a step forward, tension coiling in her muscles. Suddenly, a group of wolves emerged, their eyes glinting with hostility. Look who it is, one sneered, his voice laced with disdain. The rogue graces us with her presence. Get away from me, she spat, instincts kicking in as her heart raced. Whereas Cade, another wolf demanded, stepping forward, his posture threatening. Why do you care? She shot back, heart pounding. Because he is our alpha, the first wolf growled, and you read just an outsider. You don't belong here. I am not afraid of you, she said, voice shaking yet defiant. I am not afraid of any of you. Then you a fool, the second wolf sneered, stepping closer. You think Cade will stand against his pack for you? Think again. With a surge of instinct, she shifted, her body transforming into her wolf form. The air crackled with magic as she growled, baring her teeth. I'll defend myself. They hesitated, taken aback, but the challenge sparked a primal instinct in them. They shifted, forming a menacing pack around her. You think just because you can shift, you can take us on? The first wolf taunted. Cade should have known better than to get tangled with a rogue. At that moment, the air thickened, and she felt it, a surge of power coursing through her veins. Light flickered at the edge of her vision, an ancient magic reaching out, urging her to embrace her strength. Back off, she howled, a fierce desperation driving her voice as she summoned every ounce of magic within. The wolves paused, uncertainty flickering in their eyes. You're stronger than you look, but you'll never be one of us. Maybe not, she growled, lowering her stance, but I am not afraid of you either. With a defiant roar, she lunged forward, and the world erupted into chaos. The fight was fierce, each wolf challenging her strength, but she fought with a fury born from desperation and love for Cade. As the struggle continued, a howl sliced through the night, a familiar sound that sent a shock of relief and anger through her. Cade emerged, but he wasn't alone. Stop, he shouted, his voice commanding, and Alpha's authority resonating through the forest. The Alpha loved the rogue, but she hated him. Part 3. The moon hung high, a silent witness to the chaos unfolding beneath its watchful gaze. Lyra, her heart pounding and breath coming in quick bursts, faced the pack of wolves. Rage fueled her instincts as she stood her ground, a rogue against their hostility. Cade's commanding voice sliced through the clamor of growls and snarls, his presence like a beacon amid the storm. Stop, he shouted again, his tone a blend of authority and urgency. The pack hesitated, their aggression faltering for a brief moment as they turned toward their alpha. But their hostility was still palpable, simmering beneath the surface. Cade stepped forward, his eyes fierce and protective, locking onto Lyra's. Are you hurt? I am fine. She snapped, frustration erupting from the depths of her being. But your pack seems less inclined to be civil. Lyra. He started, but she interrupted, the adrenaline coursing through her veins making her bold. Did you think I would just stand by while they threatened me? She demanded, her voice rising with emotion. I am not some helpless wolf you can save, Cade. I never thought that, and you know it. Cade's voice softened, revealing a vulnerability that cut through her anger. But I can't have you here alone. You were not safe with them. I was fine until they showed up, she retorted, shaking with the remnants of adrenaline and indignation. You don't understand what it's like to be seen as less. Then let me help you, he pleaded, stepping closer, the warmth of his presence enveloping her like an embrace. This isn't just about pack loyalty, it's about you and me, Lyra. One of the wolves, emboldened by Cade's absence, growled menacingly. You're a fool to think you can protect her, Cade. She'll never belong. Maybe I don't want to belong. Lyra shot back, her heart racing. I am not asking for your acceptance. Perhaps not, Cade replied, his gaze steady and unwavering, but I'd like to think you would want mine. Silence enveloped them, the air thick with tension and unspoken truths. The pack's snarls faded into the background, overshadowed by the intensity pulsing between Lyra and Cade. Enough! Cade finally barked, his voice like thunder, resonating through the forest. If you can see the strength in her, then you've underestimated not just her, but the power of our bond. Your bond, one of the wolves sneered. You mean your affection for a rogue? That is a weakness, Cade. Love is never a weakness, he replied, his voice steady, strong. If that's our greatest strength, I will not let anyone tear apart what we could have. Lyra's heart skipped a beat, the depth of his feelings stirring something within her. Yet doubt crept in like shadows at dusk. But what if I don't want it? She said softly, the fight ebbing from her voice. Then we'll figure it out together, he said, reaching out to take her hand, the warmth of his touch igniting a flicker of hope buried deep within her. But don't shut me out. I want to understand your fears. Your pack won't accept me, Cade, she whispered, torn between longing and fear. And the danger could shatter everything you've rebuilt. Let me handle them, he insisted, his expression fierce. I will protect you at all costs, even from my own. Protect me? She repeated, incredulous. And what happens when they turn on you? Then who protects you? His resolve never wavered. I would rather face them than lose you. You matter more than any title, Lyra. Their eyes locked, the emotional pull stronger than the air around them. She could see the depths of his sincerity, the unwavering commitment behind his words, and it struck a chord deep within her. But just as hope began to bloom, a wolf from the pack growled, stepping forward. Cade, she is a rogue. You think you can just change centuries of tradition? Tradition? Cade shot back, the fire in his voice igniting once more. Tradition is a cage, and I refuse to let it bind me. Lyra is my mate, and that is all that matters. Your mate? Another wolf scoffed. You can't possibly be serious. She will bring nothing but ruin. With a snarl of defiance, Lyra stepped forward, refusing to be dismissed. You have no idea what I am capable of, she growled, her voice steady. I want to allow you to dictate my worth. Cade's eyes softened, and he turned to face her. That is the spirit. Show them your strength. Emboldened by his faith in her, she stood tall, her heart racing as she faced the pack. I don't need your approval. I am here because I want to be, not because I have to be. Enough. Cade commanded, his voice booming once more. This debate is over. Lyra is my choice, and I will not stand idle while you question that. The tension hung thick in the air, and for a moment it felt as though the forest itself held its breath. Then, one of the wolves, a larger one with a deeper growl, stepped forward, his stance shifting. You may love her, but love doesn't change who she is. She is still a rogue. Kate's jaw tightened, rage simmering beneath the surface. And what if I choose to redefine that? Love can break them walls. Or it can build new ones, the wolf countered, his gaze cold. You risking everything for a wolf that's not one of us. Lyra's heart sank, doubt creeping in like a thief in the night. Maybe you're right, she murmured, her voice shaky as she wrestled with her insecurities. Don't say that, Kate urged, stepping closer, desperation coloring his tone. You are not a mistake, you are not a curse, you are my mate, and that means something. But what if I bring nothing but heartbreak, she whispered, the fear pooling in her stomach. What if I hurt you? He reached for her, grasping her shoulders gently, his emerald eyes filled with unwavering conviction. Then we all face it together, you are stronger than you realize, Lyra. The pack shifted uneasily, their hostility waning, but the tension lingered, thick and suffocating. Your feelings want to erase centuries of resentment, one wolf sneered. Your grievances want to erase the bond we share, Cade shot back, his voice like steel. I will fight for her against anyone who tries to tear us apart. Lyra felt the weight of his words settle in her heart, igniting a flame of hope she thought extinguished. You would really do that? She asked, her voice barely a whisper. Without hesitation, he affirmed, his gaze intense. You are worth every battle, every sacrifice. Love can be a dangerous game, Cade, the larger wolf interjected, his tone sharper. You risk not just your title, but your life for her. Then so be it, Cade declared, his voice rising to a passionate crescendo. I do rather live a life filled with love than govern a world devoid of it. Time hung suspended as his words echoed through the forest, the weight of their significance settling around them. Lyra felt her heart swell with emotion as she met Cade's gaze, her fears unraveling in the wake of his conviction. Then I'll fight too, she said, stepping closer to him, their bond palpable. I'll fight for us. A low growl rumbled from the pack, but Cade raised his hand, silencing them. You don't understand. Love transcends boundaries. It binds us in ways tradition cannot. We'll carve our own path, Lyra added, her voice steady, no longer trembling. Together. In that moment, the air shifted, the tension giving way to an unspoken understanding. The pack remained alert, but a deeper bond began to form, a flicker of acceptance igniting amid uncertainty. We will see, the larger wolf said, his tone begrudgingly respectful, though his eyes remained wary. Kate took a deep breath, and Lyra felt it as a shared moment between them, a silent pledge to fight for each other amidst the chaos surrounding them. Then let us face whatever comes next together, he said, his voice fierce and unwavering. Lyra nodded, heart pounding, but a surge of hope blossomed within her. Together, she echoed, feeling the weight of destiny shift as the moon watched over them, illuminating the path ahead. As they stood united, the world around them faded, the bond they shared stronger than any tradition, a testament to love's power to conquer even the deepest divides. The alpha loved the rural group, but she hated him part for The forest came alive with whispers as the tension hung thick, its ancient trees bearing witness to the fragile alliance forged under the moonlight. Lyra stood at Cade's side, her heart racing as the pack encircled them, their eyes glinting in the dim light, uncertainty mingling with hostility. Cade, she murmured, feeling the heat radiating from him, a force that anchored her. What if they don't accept this? We can't force them to change their mind. We don't need to force anything, he replied, his voice steady, as if he were summoning the very strength of the earth. We just need to show them that love can break down barriers. The larger wolf stepped forward, his gaze assessing. Love can be blinding, Cade. It can lead to ruin. You re-gambling everything on a rogue. I am gambling everything on her strength, Cade challenged, his jaw clenching. And that is a risk I am willing to take. I want to stand by while you disrespect my mate. Lyra's breath caught in her throat. The weight of the word mate resonated deep within her, stirring something beautifully terrifying. Cade, you don't have to. I do, he insisted, cutting her off gently. You are my choice, Lyra, then that is enough for me. Fear coiled in her gut, battling against the warmth that his words ignited. But what if I fail you? What if my past catches up with me? I've spent my life fighting, always looking over my shoulder. We'll fight together. I'll fight for you, always. His emerald gaze bore into hers, unwavering, igniting a spark of hope amidst her turmoil. Despite the hostile pack surrounding them, Lyra felt a flicker of belonging, an ember sparked into life by Cade's conviction. But doubt still gnawed at her, the whisper of her past echoing through the branches. And what if they hate you for it? Let them hate, Cade replied, fierceness threading through his voice. You are worth that hate. They'll either come to accept you, or they'll learn to fear what we can become. A low growl rumbled from the larger wolf. You be blinded by your affection, Alpha. She is an outsider, a danger to our way of life. Lyra is no danger, Kate asserted, a storm brewing within his voice. She is a force to be reckoned with, and I will not let you dismiss her. At that, Lyra felt emboldened, the fire of defiance igniting. I am not here to take anything from you. I am here to stand beside Kate. This is my choice. The pack stirred, murmurs rippling through them, a mix of skepticism and intrigue painting their expressions. Kate took her hand, intertwining their fingers, a spark of magic igniting between them. Together, he said, his voice a soft promise against the rising tide of tension. We can create something new. But the larger wolf shook his head, his attitude shifting from hostility to something colder. You think the spawn gives you power? It doesn't. It makes you a target. Then let them come, Lyra replied, her heart racing in defiance. I am tired of running. I won't be hunted any longer. Foolish, he sneered, stepping closer, his presence oppressive. You'll regret this. Regret? No, I'll embrace it. She held her ground, the strength of her resolve shimmering in the air like a shield. Kate's hand tightened around hers, the heat of their connection grounding her. Lyra is stronger than you know. She survived the past that would have broken most. You doubt her at your own peril. The pack shifted uneasily, a palpable tension sparking between the wolves. We'll see how strong she is when the tension at the border escalates, the larger wolf warned. You're not the only one who can challenge authority. Then let me challenge it with you, Kate interjected. Let us face whatever comes together. I will defend her, and you will learn to respect her. Respect? The wolf scoffed, but a flicker of doubt flashed in his eyes. Respect is earned, not given freely. You think love will change the pack's mind? You be mistaken. Perhaps, Kate admitted, his tone steady, but I'd rather earn it through love than blind obedience. Lyra felt the weight of his words settle over her like a cloak, filling her with a warmth she had never known. I am willing to fight for this, for us, she said, her voice clear despite the uncertainty that gnawed at her heart. Then fight to prove it, the larger wolf challenged. Prove you belong here, Lyra, because if you fail it won't be just you who pays the price. Then I'll fight, she declared, feeling the rising tide of determination. Not just for me, but for Kate and for this pack. I refuse to let fear dictate my life any longer. With those words, the air thickened with a new energy, one that pulsed with promise and danger. Kate's eyes sparkled with pride as he met her gaze, the bond between them shimmering like the moonlight filtering through the trees. Then let us face this challenge together, he said, his voice a low growl of conviction. We'll carve our path and show them that love can conquer all. As the night deepened, the tension lingered, but beneath it lay the potential for something beautiful. Lyra felt the power of their bond grow, a force that could shift the very fabric of their lives. Days turned into weeks, and the pressure surrounding them grew, the pack's reluctance to accept Lyra hanging like a dark cloud. Yet, amidst the turmoil, hope flickered, ignited by the love Kate poured into their connection, illuminating the shadows of her past. One night, under a moon that hung heavy and luminous in the sky, Kate guided her to a secluded glade, a sacred place known only to the Alpha. This is where we can talk freely, he said, his voice low and intimate. What if someone overhears? She asked, the knot of anxiety tightening in her chest. Then they'll learn what true strength looks like, he replied, stepping closer, his essence wrapping around her like a cloak. I want to let them silence us. He reached out, cupping her face in his hands, his touch electric. You're my mate, Lyra, and I refuse to hide that fact, no matter the cost. Cade, what if they force me out? She whispered, her heart aching with the fear of rejection. Then we'll face it together, he promised, his eyes steady and fierce. We will not be torn apart by their doubts. You are my heart. The weight of his words broke through her defenses, and she felt emotion swell within her. I never expected to feel this way, she confessed, her voice trembling. You make me believe I am more than I ever thought I could be. He leaned in, brushing his lips against hers in a tender kiss, a union filled with a promise that transcended the chaos around them. You are so much more, Lyra. You are the fire that fuels my soul. But as their kiss deepened, a sharp howl cut through the night, shattering the moment. The tension in Cade's body shifted from passion to focus, his brows furrowing. Stay here, he commanded, stepping back. I'll go investigate. Cade, she protested, instinctively reaching for him. I can help. No, he replied firmly, though his eyes softened. Protecting you is my first priority. I'll be quick. With a swift, determined glance, he shifted into his wolf form, the transformation seamless and fluid. Lyra felt the loss of his warmth as he darted into the forest, a blur of silver and shadow. Time spun slowly as she waited, anxiety coiling within her like a tightly wound spring. The silence stretched, and she felt the weight of uncertainty hanging heavy in the air. What if something happened to him? Suddenly, a crackle of energy surged through her, an instinctual pull toward the heart of the disturbance. "Cade," she called out, her voice breaking the stillness. But only silence met her. That instinct swelled into a full-blown urge, and Lyra shifted, her wolf form embracing the magic of the night. She sprinted through the underbrush, following the scents of cedar and pine, desperate to reach him. As she neared the source of the howls, fear clawed at her heart. A swarm of wolves loomed ahead, their growls a dark symphony of aggression. Cade stood at the center, his emerald eyes ablaze with defiance as he faced the pack. "What do you want?" he demanded, his voice a low growl. "You recrossing the line. Your weakness is your mate," the larger wolf snarled, stepping forward, his posture threatening. "You think she can change everything? She is still a